We are so pleased that you're here in Seattle this week. When we first heard the dates, it conflicted a bit with the U.S. Conference of Mayors meeting in Providence, from which I just returned. But I'm very happy that I was able to be here today and welcome you on your opening official day. Chairman Forsman and the members of the Suquamish, thank you so much for honoring us today and for that wonderful blessing. And to Bob Lynch and to the board, I want to thank you so much. I was very honored in January when we had our annual lunch to receive the Local Leadership in the Arts Award. The partnership between the U.S. Conference of Mayors and Americans for the Arts has been a special one, and I want to assure you that in the 72 hours that I've been president of the organization, and for the 362 days that are to come, that partnership will not only be honored and maintained, but I hope expanded. And I look forward to joining with you in urging the White House to call together a summit on the arts for the first time in 25 years. As we gathered in Providence, as you can imagine, Providence talked a lot about their new branding, if you will, as the creative capital. They talked a lot about the arts and the role that the arts plays in Providence. A year ago, when we were in Miami, it was very similar, and next year when we're in Oklahoma City, we already know that they're going to talk about the wonderful arts that they have in that part of the country. As part of the United States Conference of Mayors 10-point plan, the arts were an important part and an important point in helping us to build a strong America. And we now have an administration, I believe, that understands that the arts and the role of urban communities as creative capitals are the pillars of our economy. But we still have a lot of work to do, and we're looking forward to your conversations and your hard work this week. We know that when the Recovery Act was being debated in Congress, there were some unfortunate parts of that debate that questioned whether working in the arts was really working. And we've got to change that attitude. We've got to make people understand what an important part of our nation the arts represents. So I pledge to you, in that role as Conference of Mayors, I will work to make sure that we advance the arts on a national level, and we're going to work here at home as well. We're going to advocate for arts education in our Seattle public schools and for restoring funding, full funding, to the National Endowment for the Arts. I'm pleased to report to you that the United States Conference of Mayors in our business meeting in Providence approved 3 resolutions unanimously recognizing the importance of arts in our country. First, it congratulated the Americans for the Arts on your upcoming 50th anniversary. Congratulations. I want to tell you how proud we are in Seattle that you were able to make it here within your first half century, and we expect you to return a number of times during your second half century. Second, we called for a cabinet-level position as Secretary of Arts and Culture for the United States of America. And finally, we called for full funding of the National Endowments for the Arts and the Humanities. And This came under the leadership of Honolulu Mayor Mufi Hannemann, who has done a great job of leading our conference for the last couple of years on these issues. His predecessor, Manny Diaz, who went on to be president of the Conference of Mayors. So we have a strong tradition of partnership, and we will continue that. I want to recognize a person who's on your agenda later, Congressman Norm Dix. Congressman Dix is an important part of the Washington delegation to Washington, D.C., and he recently championed a $15 million increase to the NEA in his subcommittee's 2010 spending bill. He's going to be a presenter here, and I want you to thank him because he is a champion, and he will continue to be a champion for the arts in America. But enough about the national level. Welcome to Seattle. We are very pleased that you're here. Seattle's, we think, a special place. That's, I guess, to be expected since we live here and make it our homes. But it also is a very innovative and creative place. If you think about our history, when Bill Boeing came here and decided to build airplanes, that led to the 707, that led to the jet age, that helped to shrink our globe. Bill Gates and Paul Allen, who decided to develop software here that helped lead to the information age, that helped to shrink our globe. And the good folks at Starbucks, who figured out how to charge $3 for a 50-cent cup of coffee and have places all over the world where people gather in their neighborhoods and talk to one another over those cups of coffee. We are a creative city, and we're proud of that. And we are a creative city in large part because we have a very active cultural and artistic community in Seattle that pushes us, that challenges us, and helps us to think about things in different ways. It's helped us to be a leader in climate change, where 4 years ago I stepped up and said that Seattle would reduce our emissions by the amount called for in the Kyoto Protocol. And I challenged mayors across the country to join with me. And as of today, 956 mayors have taken up that challenge. They represent 85 million Americans. And we are very thankful we now have a national administration that recognizes our responsibility to help fix that problem. We are home to more arts-related businesses than any other city per capita in America. We are a leader in urban design and architecture and in public art. We are a premier theater town, including Broadway blockbusters, which begin here and go on to Broadway. We have galleries and museums that are thriving, dance, literary, and music scenes that we are very proud of. We are a diverse creative capital. We rank among the cities in this nation in the top 5 in many of those different categories. So we want you to come here. We want you to work hard, and we know you will, but we also want you to enjoy the great offerings that Seattle has. I am so proud to be mayor of this city, and we are so happy to have you with us. Thank you, and have a great conference.